It's finally that time of year, well, almost, where artists around the world participate in many different art challenges stemming from Inktober that last all throughout October. In 2023, I did Goretober, and in 2024, I did OC-tober. And this year, I made my own. I've called it Trope-Tober. Trope-Tober is where you pick a couple and draw them throughout the days in different AUs or relationship tropes that I enjoy, or I saw on the internet, one of the two. If you want to use it, use the hashtag on screen or tag me so that I can see it. I will also be participating in it, and two of my less developed OCs named Pie and Spook will be used. I'm pretty sure this is their debut, so say hello to my babies. I made them for a scratch game. I did purely out of practice and because I thought the game idea looked cool and I wanted it to be Halloween themed for candy and stuff. It had candy falling from the sky and the goal was to catch as much as possible, with the limit being 50 and avoiding all of these bomb things, and your health bar was 10 or so, or 5 or so. I think it might have been 5. Spook never actually appeared, but if I extended the story, which I planned to but I didn't have time, then it would have shown Pie like going out to get candy for Spook. But they're a bit of a shut-in, which is why Spook wouldn't have gone out themselves. Since the two have literally no substance other than the basic descriptions and archetypes that I gave them, I figured to prepare for Trope-Tober, I should redesign them and give them a little more personality, a little more spark. So let's start with Pie. Pie's original gimmick was that they were very worried about their partner, who barely leaves the house, and decided to cheer them up by getting 50 pieces of candy. So we kind of need to expand on that more than him just being a little errand boy. So I made them leave their chibi form behind and sort of change the outfit to add a little bit more spice. I kept their scarf since that was kind of essential to them. It was like one of their basically only main outfit choices. I also added a little tail because I thought it looked cute since they're a plant. Why not? It was a brilliant excuse to add one. Pie's age is unknown, but I imagine them to be a young adult. Pie is also agender and uses they/them pronouns, but they're okay with he/him pronouns, it's a little bit. I mostly made this choice because I thought Pie and Spook were better being more of a genderless concept than being necessarily a boy or necessarily a girl. Pie's eyes have also obviously changed, and this is for backstory purposes. I have another drawing to explain this. Their species of monsters don't all have these eyes. Some of them are just pitch black voids like the original, but others believe in a process called the burning. This is a ceremony that takes place at age 13 or 14. It's when pumpkins are dressed in robes with their arms chained behind their back just in case they end up being in pain, because this is a painful process, but they call it just them being a little squeam. A piece of burning wood is dropped down their throats and into their stomachs. This creates a fire in them that will never go out for as long as they live. It is a painful process and can lead to a short-term speech loss and even death sometimes. Pie ran away after this happened, and that's really as far as their backstory goes so far. To be fair, that's all even Spook knows about their past. He comes off as open, but that's only about the stuff that they're comfortable sharing, talking about, but they're really not. And that's all I have for Pie. Spook, as previously mentioned, never showed up in my test game, but the idea is that they're a shut-in and really don't like to leave their room, let alone the house. Spook's outfit was changed from a big sheet over their head, basically, to just a headpiece, mostly because I kind of thought it looked like a costume, which it's obviously not, but also because I wanted to dress them in little outfits so they could be my little model. Spook still sports his signature hat since, like the scarf, I thought it was essential to his overall design, but also they kind of looked bald without it. And their cheeks are still there because I think they're cute, and otherwise their face just looks so barren with just their soulless eyes. Spook is non-binary and their age is also unknown, but their body is technically younger than Pie's, but they're older than Pie actually. The long story goes into their backstory. Spook was originally a human, as all ghosts are in this universe type thing. They died at the age of 12 for reasons that I have not bothered to come up with yet, but I'll think about later, maybe in another video. Ghosts are given a pill that will keep them immortal for as long as they take it, but they have to take it every week or so, since this technically counts as their afterlife. Not all souls go to this place, just some, which is why this was put in place, since it wouldn't be fair to, make them die all over again. The only rule is that you can't share this with any other monsters, other than other ghosts, but really, people barely even do that since it's kind of sketchy. One of Spook's friends decided to steal a few pills, and then that's when the authorities found out Spook's pills were revoked and they started to grow up. They didn't keep track of how long they were a ghost, mostly because they were just a kid themselves. It wasn't that long, but time's a little harder to keep track of when you die, since, you don't really know the date or anything. And they were just trying to enjoy their afterlife for what they thought would be eternity. They didn't start aging for a few more years, visibly, and just put something over their face to hide it. They just put a bag over it because they didn't want to see it. After Spook and Pie met on the streets when they were around 16 or 18, Pie made the headpiece that he sports now. And that's really all I have for how they actually met. I'm sure I'll go in depth on that as well, but like I said, future video, maybe, or I'll do it in my free time and take notes, and you guys will hear about it eventually in a short or something. That's about all I have for Spook, so that's it. That's all I have on their backstory, for now at least, but I think it'll be enough to at least get through Troupe-Tober. I hope you like them. I love them. They're just my babies. And I really like how they've kind of been expanded a little more. I might make another video expanding on them like I mentioned in the video, and go a little bit more into their relationship, since I'll be able to view their relationship a little bit more during Troupe-Tober. Remember that if you end up participating in Troupe-Tober, please tag me and maybe use the hashtag so that I will be able to see what you do. That's all from me. I'll be posting my Troupe-Tober on my community tab also under the same hashtag, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, that's all I have, so see you guys sometime in the future. Bye!